Hi, I'm Ree from mummyof4.com. Welcome back to my channel and a video that I have been procrastinating making because I am going to sort out my youngest daughter Zara's bedroom. This is such a mammoth task, so I don't know whether it will be completed today or whether this video will stretch over several days or whether I will finish it ever because it feels like a huge mammoth task. I've got this massive unit behind me, which some of the toys are sorted because they're the toys that we use for toy rotation and some of them are just a jumbled mess. We've got her wardrobe, which has got loads of clothes that don't actually even fit her anymore in it, and boxes and boxes of stuff in there that are just like, oh, I don't know what to do with this. Then all her dressing up, which I did start to sort through yesterday and realised that it was all escaping out because it was full of tutus and things. So I need to sort out dressing up and then accessories and tutus and things all into separate places. One of her favourite things to do is dressing up. I wanted to be able to do that, just in an organised way. And I just generally need to declutter this space so that it can actually be a nice, easy to keep tidy, functional space and not what it's become, which is sort of a dumping ground for all sorts of bits of rubbish that the other children dump in here. So before we get started, I just want to say if you're new here, welcome. I would love it if you would subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 p.m. I do loads of organisation content, vlogs, speed cleans, shop with me's, all that kind of thing. I hope you will love it. Now let's take a little look. I'll flip the camera around and show you what we're dealing with and then we'll get going. So starting over here, this is a box which I did gather together. I started putting dressing up accessories in there. So that's wigs, hats, all that kind of thing. Not all of this stuff is just Zara's, some of it is shared, but she has more storage in her room, so it all ends up in here. So that is something I've started collecting and I will add to. Under here is a basket of clothes which sort of fits her large teddy. Sometimes she kind of dresses up in them, but really they're not things I dress her in now. They're getting on to sort of too small. So I need to organise donating some clothes that don't fit her. Whoop, things are falling on the floor. In here we've got onesies, dressing gowns, that kind of thing. I need to find a home for those. Under here is her dressing up basket. Quite happy with that if we can keep it kind of manageable. And then up here we've got her hanging up, dressing up stuff. That's fine. Uniform needs a bit of a tidy, but it's not too bad. Most of these clothes up here I would say are too small for her, so I need to go through those. Then if we go over here, some of this is bedding, some of this is clothes that are too small, some of this is toys, and some of this is just mess. Need to deal with all that. Her chest of drawers, and look at the floor, I mean, good grief. Good grief, I've got so much work to do in here. Chest of drawers, let's have a look how bad these are. My daughter Bella did actually organise this. This drawer was a lot worse than this a couple of days ago. So she's organised her hairbands into that. That's cool. And the socks, not too bad, although we couldn't even open and close that a few days ago. So thank you, Bella, for sorting that. In here a bit more of a mess. So I need to sort out her leggings and things, just so that it's all a bit more manageable. Floor, I mean, yikes. Yowza, look at the floor. All needs clearing. The bookshelf all needs sorting, and then these boxes, so that one's mostly, what are these called, Little People, the Fisher Price Little Peoples. That's not too bad, but these boxes, oh, that's a Peppa Pig one, not too bad. These boxes over here are more like jumbled mishmash. So the jumbled mishmash boxes need going through and sorting out. These higher up boxes, some of them aren't too bad. So that's just Paw Patrol, that's just Toy Story. So some of them not awful. That's just Peppa Pig. And these are the boxes that we rotate. So the ones that are higher up tend to stay a bit more organised because we bring a box down, they play with it, perhaps downstairs, perhaps it gets rotated to downstairs and then it goes away. The ones that get into a right mess are these lower down boxes, the mishmash boxes. So I need to go through the mishmash boxes. I'm thinking, I'm in her bed, which also needs making. My other children do make their own beds. Zara does it some days, but is not quite there with it the rest of the time. Anyway, I need to sort under here. But also I was wondering, should we flip this bed background, so the headboard's up there, put the table across here, and then this, which is currently just, we call it a castle corner, but it's kind of a junk corner, she could have a bit more space to play down there. Would that be better? I don't know. Either way, I need to stop chit-chatting and just get on with it because this is not going to do itself. Wish me luck. So I am about to get on with this, but what I am going to do is put some AirPods in. Actually, I just use one at a time. I'm not going to put two in, I'm going to put one in. I can then talk on the phone. Sometimes I make phone calls that I wouldn't otherwise get to make. I chat with my best friend, or I listen to audiobooks or music. Now, this is one way that I do keep kind of motivated with doing cleaning and decluttering and things, because quite frankly, it's really, 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 really boring. And if you've got something to keep you entertained, it's kind of cool. It's better than having music playing out loud, because I can still listen with the other ear out for the children, or if they've got stuff on or whatever, it's not interrupting what they've got. It means I can move from room to room, because I am going to have to move from room to room to move things around, and my entertainment follows me. So just a little tip, just use one at a time so you can still listen out for the children, but also so when one goes flat you can just switch it for the other one and you've still got a bit of audio entertainment to keep you company. Or maybe you could listen to a YouTube video like this one, and then you can listen to it on your AirPods, and then even if you walked away from the screen for a minute you can still hear what I'm saying. Just an idea. I must admit, I'm suffering a little bit of paralysis by analysis now. I'm just kind of standing here going, where do I begin? The answer is to just begin. So I'm just going to do something. I'm going to stop trying to figure out the logical order in which to do this, because there is no logical place to start in this chaos, and just start. And I'm going to start by taking some things out of this chaos. I don't feel like I can sort in this. I'm going to start by clearing, Okay, I'm going to start by gathering up soft toys. There we go. That's a good place to start. I found somewhere to start. This is where we store soft toys, in the beanbag. So I'm going to gather up soft toys, pop those away in there, make the bed. So even though I'm going to possibly move the bed, I'm going to make the bed. So I've got a blank-ish canvas to start with. And then when this room is tidy-ish, I'm going to start taking some stuff out of here and popping it into my room to sort. So I can sort back into here as a tidy, or do I sort in here? Oh, I don't know. I need to stop thinking about it and just do it.
You give me this energy. It is like you set me free. Chasing highs to stay alive. But if I'm with you, I'll survive. So hold me close into the night, 'cause I need you to stay. You take me to paradise, that's why it's hard to wait. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation. Life is hard the way it is, but with you it's easier. Follow me into the night, without you I'm falling deeper. Stay a bit longer, yeah, I just need you to. I just need
I've
you
most
to.
definitely reached the what have I done and why did I start this stage, and I want to give up. And the reason I do it like this and I make a big mess is because I don't have a choice now. I have made such a mess in my bedroom that I couldn't possibly actually go to sleep tonight until I've sorted this out. So I have backed myself into a corner where I have to do this, because otherwise I would literally pull out one box, poke around in it a bit, push it back in and go, I'll do it another day. So one of the ways I find the motivation is by creating a huge mess. And it's a bit like going on a bear hunt. Can't go over it, can't go under it, gotta go through it. I always regret my life choices at this point of any decluttering project. Every time, without fail. But never mind, I'm going to push through. So my plan was originally I was going to make the bed just so that it didn't stress me out so much. And I've put some of the teddies she wants to keep on her bed there. But I now think I want to start seeing results quite quickly. So I think what I'm going to do before I tackle the stuff in my bedroom is I'm going to get this room turned around and looking nice. So as I put stuff back into it, the room is looking nicer and nicer as we go, rather than sorting stuff back into a mess, if that makes sense. So I'm going to turn this around, may as well give the floor a little vacuum. So it does mean I need to empty out some more stuff. I'm actually going to take that stuff back off the bed that I just put there. But again, this decluttering thing isn't necessarily a linear process. Sometimes you kind of think, oh, that's not going to work like that, and you swap it around. You've got to be kind of quite fluid with your choices. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. Get this room turned and looking nice, and then we can slowly put the stuff back into it so it looks lovely.
Tonight we're running on the right track. your tone. But I don't mind even though I lose control. Oh, I just wanna have a good time, so call me whenever. 'Cause a night like this, it never gets old. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we'll just let go. To the beat in the street, every freak out, singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out, singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we freak out, singing like. So baby, come and take my hand tonight, and know that everything will be alright when we dance and we fall and we don't care at all. Now we just sing the la 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 la.
So I feel like I'm winning in here. I'm liking the layout. Granted, I haven't put much stuff in it. Do you know why? Do you know where all the stuff is? All the stuff is in here. So I am fully aware that I have got a long way to go. But I feel like by doing it this way round, I'm putting it back together. I'm seeing it come together. So although this makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit right now, I can see results happening, and that is keeping me motivated. It's going to be a long old job, I think, but I think my next job is to start putting some of this stuff back into the room just so I can make enough space to go through things. And then I could, because the floor is nice and clear in there, take one box into Zara's room at a time and sort it on the floor in there, because I can see the wood for the trees. I feel like I couldn't sort in this very efficiently because I can't move, and it just like, ugh. I need to have a little bit of clarity. So I'm going to empty out and put away what I can back into there, and then move on to the next steps of some proper decluttering.
Hello, how'd you do? I'm not broken up, just split in two. Hope you're fine, ain't got time to do everything you said you would. Frames of the past and the memory of you just come running by. Pictures of sunny days with your smile in the bar. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. Try to be cool, even wear that shirt you wanted to. My friends think I'm lame. Since I met you, I am not the same. It was not meant to be a fairy tale.
I'm getting somewhere and I'm not. So I've got some boxes in here that are sorted and organised. They were already reasonably sorted and organised. Things that are important to Zara, I want to make more accessible, and things that are not, I need to kind of put on a rotational basis. So dressing up stuff was mostly taking over our lives, so I'm just making more space for it. All of these tutus were in her dressing up under there, and it was making it explode everywhere. So I've got a separate box for tutus, and also a separate box for dressing up accessories, hair, hats, wigs, that kind of thing, because she loves dressing up. So if there's space for it to go away, it can stay in her room. Then down here we've got a bigger castle corner that they've actually got space to play in. We've got all the little people, but also I've tipped all the figures, which were in their own box. I'm not filling a box in there. So all of those figures and things can be played with in these castles. Then other things that are important to Zara, dollies, but also dolly clothes and things. So she really loves changing her dollies and that giant teddy bear into different clothes. So now she's got access to those. It was all crammed in one box. It didn't really fit, so it ended up all over the floor. Then I'm going to put a box of kind of, I think we've always got to have one, I don't know where to put this, so I'm going to put it in that box, kind of box, and I just need to keep editing that down and decluttering it as we go. But I'm going to have an anything goes kind of box over there. Now, the problem is I've now got to really go through decluttering and editing all this stuff. Ugh.
Shooting me with words, but I won't let them bruise. Even though it hurts, I won't show it to you. 'Cause it will ricochet, I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you. Let me tell you, not because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day. I don't know how you fall asleep at night.
Well guys, I think I'm done for the day, and although I will admit there's more I could do, I think I have got it to a level where I'm really quite pleased with it. Decluttering is an ongoing process and I'm going to need to keep doing it, but what I've done I think it's a million times better than it was, so I'm going to flip the camera around and show you. This is Zara's room as it now is. I feel like it's a lot more spacious. I do still have 3 baskets of clothing on my bed, which I need to sort for donation. But other than that, I think I'm doing pretty well. I've organised the toys and slimmed down the soft toys that are in that bean bag. It's literally just an empty bean bag. You can buy a bean bag without beans or empty the beans. It makes a perfect soft toy container seat. Over here, I've not actually tackled in these drawers. That is going to have to be a job for another day because I can't do it all at once. I just have to accept that. I finally got round to adding a command hook for her mirror that kept falling over. So now that will stay in place. I do need to get a big hook for her headphones to go there. Now that's just the same type of hook. It's another command hook, a sticky hook that I've got in the others' rooms, and also the same type of hook that I use to hang up their Minnie Mouse ears. Inside this wardrobe, so we've now got bedding at the top, and then that one is a few of the dresses Zara's grown out of, but I can't quite bring myself to get rid of, that we will dress Teddy into. So it's a fraction full, that box. It's probably only full to about there. It's just a few bits and pieces that I shall sort again. Some of the teddies that were in the beanbag that I can't quite bring myself to get rid of yet are in there, but at least it's not exploding. This one is blankets, so that's more like snuggly blankets and things, whereas the top one is more like duvet covers and things. In here, this is literally empty. It's just a box of empty boxes, which is good. We like a bit of empty. Room to grow is fine for Christmases and birthdays. These are Peppa Pig soft toys. Now I haven't actually been through the high up boxes that she can't reach because I know they are reasonably sorted because I do those on toy rotation. So I know that each one of those boxes is just a box of whatever reasonably organised toys. And when they're up high like that, they stay that way because they only go away reasonably organised. So I've not touched that. I'll probably look at it again, but I really didn't need doing today. And the Peppa Pig toys are just going to now go into toy rotation, but some of these high up boxes, because we've got the space to do it, can be involved in toy rotation. In here, onesies and dressing gowns. And then in here, these are some of the clothes that she's been wearing. She's had on for 5 minutes and hasn't bothered to hang back up. But you know what? Sometimes you need a box that's a chair. I have a box that's a chair. You know what the chair is, don't you? You're aware of the chair? The chair where things are not quite clean enough to be hung up and not quite dirty enough to go in the wash. Well, Zara dresses into all these different things. These are mostly almost too small for her, but she loves changing into them. They're not quite dressing up clothes. They're more like, I don't know, clothes I don't really dress her in, but she likes changing into. That's Zara's chair of just dump her clothes because I'm not quite sure what else to do with them. In here, we've got dressing up accessories. So hair things, hats, wigs, scarves, gloves, but of like a fancy dress variety as opposed to an actual wearing for warmth variety. And then in here, a lot of PJs. Could probably do with going through that to see what fits her and what doesn't, but 'tis a job for another day. I am but one person, I can only tackle so much. Down here, we've got skirts and tutus. It does seem like a lot. It was actually, all these were wedged into one box, but I know that she was going to struggle to close that one box, and I thought if it's split into two boxes, she's more likely to be able to put them away herself, and then it's more likely to actually happen. Over here, so we've just got one basket of dressing up stuff, some hung up dressing up, and I really haven't tackled that yet. I need to, but again, it's going to have to be a job for another day because I'm losing the will to live. So I've put her table and chairs there. I do feel it's a bit better. She's actually got the table next to her bed to put her drink or whatever on. Now, this is sort of blocking the radiator a little bit. It's slightly off the radiator. It's the summer at the moment, so we don't really need the radiator. But I do feel that having the bed this way around gives her much more playing space. So this castle corner now becomes an actual play space. The real difference is the way I've organised down here. So that's my mishmash box. We've got to have a mishmash box still because there's always random stuff. So it's now got to go in there. In here, I've mixed all, these are called little people, which kind of go with these castles. But I've thrown in just all the other figures, like all the Disney figures, just anyone that, you know, can play in castles. They can all play together. It's quite inclusive. Oh, that is a dolly shoe. That belongs over here. So we've got a box of just dollies, but I've moved all the dolly accessories into here. So these are dolly clothes, dolly hairbands, dolly potties. As you can see, most of Zara's dollies are naked. The clothes are now in here. So all of this was crammed into one box and spread all over the room. So I've now gathered all the dollies together because they were all sprayed everywhere. I've gathered all the dolly clothes together, which were just all over the floor. Yes, they're now taking up two boxes, but these are the things that she plays with mostly. Therefore, they are most accessible. So I think this will be a lot better. Shall we show her and see what she thinks? Come and have a look at your room, Zaz. Zara! Zara, come and see your room. What do you think, Zaza?
Nice. It's nice. Yeah, it looks wonderful.
Right, let me explain to you all where everything goes. So, this one is dolly clothes, dolly potties, dolly accessories, all the dolly things that are not physically dollies.
Oh.
That's a hairband, isn't it?
Nice.
Well, I think it used to be Bella's or yours when you were a baby. Some of the dolly clothes are in fact just old baby clothes. They're too smaller for dollies.
I see these are dollies.
That's actual dollies, yes, the big dollies, not Barbie dollies, because your Barbie dollies are currently downstairs. You need to let me know if you want to bring those up instead. Now, over here are figures and little people, all mixed in, because they can all play in these castles. And then the one in the corner is all the stuff you don't know what to do with, okay? So if you don't know what to do with it, put it in the corner. Do not leave it on the floor. But this is your little castle corner. Do you like it? Bells, are you going to play in here more now with Zara?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what do we think of the bed over here? What do we think? Zara's, come and see your bed. What do you think of the bed over here?
Nice. It's so beautiful.
It's beautiful, is it? Oh, I'm so glad. Will you sleep on?
Like a princess bed.
I mean, it is a princess bed, isn't it? So you're going to be a good girl and sleep all night there?
Yeah.
More to the point, are you going to keep your room nice and...
Yes.
Nice and what?
But if I nice and tidy.
Oh, yes,
If I
please.
make a mess, then I'll just tidy it.
What a good idea. One more thing I just want to show you. Zara, you will like this. In here we've got tutus, more tutus, dressing up accessories,
What do?
more tutus, dressing up accessories, crowns, hats, gloves, all the things you want to put on, and they're your pyjamas, okay?
This is my crown.
That is your crown.
And this is the dressing up.
And that's the other dressing ups, yes. I've been procrastinating this job for literally months and months and months. And actually, it wasn't that bad. When I got on with it, I had a few moments where I did want to cry, I'll be honest. But I'm really, really, really glad I've done it. So thank you so much for watching. If you have liked this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday at 7 PM. Videos for you to watch are all around me. Choose one, click on it, enjoy. See you guys soon. Bye.